We got what you want.
Ready for some good dish? It's the foods you crave most without any of the
We
guilt.
got what you want.
The secret ingredient to lighten up fettuccine Alfredo.
You don't taste it. It just becomes so creamy.
Plus, a pro tip for a guilt-free meatloaf.
It tastes better.
And
They call me Mr. Vegas.
Guys, I burn water. It's that bad.
we're dishing with Donny Osmond.
My wife kicks me out of the kitchen.
That's next. Let's dish.
The kitchen has always been the center of my world because life is more delicious when it's full of food and fun.
Everybody knows me as a culinary expert and food judge on television, but also I'm a mom trying to get dinner on the table.
From Hollywood to home, I bring Southern sweet and Caribbean heat. And I'm not afraid to stir the pot.
Good food, good friends, good dish. Welcome. I'm pulling up the rear. Oh. Lovely. Welcome to the good dish. This cauliflower, this lovely bouquet I walked out with, is the star of today's show because it is the secret to lightening up an ultra creamy fettuccine Alfredo. It will cut the calories, but not the flavor. Today, it's the foods you crave most without any of the guilt. Let's start here. What is the most surprising craving you've ever had?
Actually, when I was pregnant, I was very surprised about my cravings. I craved super spicy food.
Okay.
Candy, like not chocolate, not ice cream, but like gummy worms and things like that.
Honey.
And then I also craved like cold, fresh fruit. It was the most extraordinary explosion of flavor when I would eat like super cold, fresh fruit. That's all I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And the fruit is not what I think I'm gonna crave.
How about you? Did you have any weird pregnancy cravings or otherwise?
Oh gosh, when I was pregnant, nothing was spicy enough. Like I kept leveling up on how hot. Like I craved everything spicy, like flaming hot Cheetos dipped in sriracha kind of hot.
yum.
Like that's what I was going for. And everybody knew, have some hot sauce, have something spicy. I thought I was gonna shoot out like a ball of fire when she came out. Like it was like, whoosh, where's that baby?
She got come out
Stella
fiery.
is a sweet little ball of fire. Yeah, she doesn't play. So yeah, but spicy was all I wanted.
Do you know what I crave? It wasn't a pregnancy craving, but it's something I crave all the time now because you can only get it in like certain places. Korean fried barbecue chicken.
Oh yeah.
Also, like just that flavor bomb of like sweet, savory, spicy. Any combination in that nature is definitely where my craving brain goes most frequently.
I love how we
happily
get so excited
eat that.
talking about cravings.
I know.
And speaking of excited, Donny Osmond is here with us today.
Yes, he is.
Donny, yes. Now, it's so funny because when his sister Marie Osmond was here, oh, she was such a trooper. We shoved giant spoons in her face. And
She was so good at this
she
game.
ate like
She
this whole
nailed
thing.
it.
Yes, that fettuccine Alfredo, she played along and with Name That Spoon. She
so
was
good.
so good.
Gail, you were making it easy for
You were like shoveling
it was a
it.
very large spoon.
Yeah, like pulling it back right when she would get it.
She really was a sport about the whole thing. And it was a delicious fettuccine Alfredo. So I say, let's get our fettuccine on, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
Here's the thing about fettuccine Alfredo. It is heavy, it is intense, but today we are going to show you how to lighten it up beautifully and you will not miss even a little bit of that deliciousness. The thing about Alfredo, as you know, is it starts with the cream, usually up to 2 cups of cream, which is about 1,500 calories in difference from if you instead use 1 cup of milk, which is what we're gonna do today. It also usually takes an entire, did you hear what I just said? Stick of butter.
Wow.
But today we're gonna make a version with just 2 tablespoons of butter.
All right.
Finally, you need Parmesan. And you're still gonna use Parmesan here, but instead of using half a cup, we're just gonna use a 1/4 cup. The difference is gonna be made up in 4 cups of chopped fresh cauliflower
Wow.
that we are gonna use in this recipe. I'm gonna show you how to make it. And I know you're skeptical, just stick with me because the result is worth it. So here's how we make it. Cook a pound of pasta in boiling salted water per package directions. Make sure it's al dente when you take it out. Then you're gonna add cauliflower and milk that's been seasoned with salt, pepper, and nutmeg to a pan. Cook it out until the cauliflower is fork tender. Then add it to a food processor. Puree it all together so you have this thick, creamy cauliflower sauce. pour it back in the saucepan, add your pasta and a little bit of that pasta water that you, of course, have reserved, and stir it all to coat. Then add your cheese and your parsley. And we are ready to eat.
Whoa, you're
Here,
right
I
about
have it
that.
right here.
Ready to?
Guys, I gave you some too. Help yourselves, and
Thank
please let me know what you think.
I appreciate that.
This is one of my favorite
Wow.
ways to not feel like I have to sacrifice the bites that I absolutely love, and also with kids to get them to eat 4 cups of raw cauliflower.
Yes,
It's actually
right?
amazing.
This is quite intriguing.
What do you
Gail.
think? What do you think?
I get all the creaminess that I love from a fettuccine Alfredo sauce, but I don't get cauliflower. Like, I'm
Right.
just getting cheese. You don't taste it.
I am so glad you enjoy. You can get the full recipe for our cauliflower Alfredo at gooddishtv.com. What are some of the tips you guys have for lightening up your favorite foods?
You know what I've started doing? Instead of using like heavy cream to make at-home ice cream, I use frozen bananas. Puree them down. When they freeze up, they scoop just like regular ice cream. I put like chocolate chips and the flavorings in there. It doesn't even taste like bananas. It's really like an ice cream.
Nice.
Much lighter in calories, and it's still good and it's sweet. I love it.
I bet your kids would love that too.
Yes, they have no idea that. But if they're watching, mommy didn't do that. Don't worry.
My kids definitely know. I told you they have these like sleuth taste buds, so they know when I do that banana ice cream for them. But if I put cocoa powder and honey on top of it, then they're sort of like, oh, I'll put the cocoa powder in with the banana and then the honey on top. And then
Oh yeah, you just kind of sneak all those kind of things.
we see what you're doing here, but we're okay with it.
It's ice cream, honey. Eat up.
Hello, it's frozen and sweet. It can't be bad.
Delicious.
Something I love to do is to add grated zucchini that you just wring out to get rid of some of the liquid in there. I add it into meatloaf. I add it into meatballs, especially turkey and chicken meatballs. That can get a little dry. Adding that bit of moisture from the grated zucchini is so. It tastes better. It's not like you're adding a health benefit and it tastes better. And if you guys remember when Layla Ali was on here and she added her pureed zucchini into that chicken enchilada mixture, it was so good. I went home and made it literally that weekend. Like it was lodged in my brain. It was so delicious. The full recipe for that delicious chicken enchilada of Layla Ali's is at gooddishtv.com if you need to make it the way that I did. Up next, I'm saying these words, Donny Osmond is coming to us live from Las Vegas to dish on his big show, his even bigger family, and more big surprises. Like something you saw on the show today? We're dishing all the details on the good list. All the recipes, important tips, and tricks, all in one place. So stay tuned until the end of the show when we'll share the good list QR code. You can scan to send it all right to your phone. He is an entertainment icon who got his start on stage at just 5 years old and went on to be a teen heartthrob. Then for decades, there was the dynamic duo of Donny and Marie, and now he's out on a solo spin. Today, he's joining us from Las Vegas to dish on everything from family to food. Please welcome Donny Osmond.
How are you guys?
Hi.
How you doing? You know, it's funny you say from family to food because if I depended on my cooking, I would be at the hospital pumping my stomach every week. So this is going to be a very interesting interview.
Wait, it's so funny you should say that because your sister Marie was here a couple weeks ago, and she just let us in on a little, family secret that the boys in the family, yourself included, were not particularly adventurous eaters. So has that changed?
No, well, it has changed. My wife and I decided to go vegan. Well, we call ourselves Chegan because we cheat.
That's okay. You're allowed. Like you can make your own rules. Even the effort of trying, even if you're doing it 4 days a week, 3 days a week, like I think that's something really admirable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very good.
Awesome.
And cooking, I take it cooking, we're still learning the dance.
Guys, I burn water. It's that bad. It's just, my wife kicks me out of the kitchen.
Oh my goodness. Well, hopefully one day we'll be lucky enough to have you both join us in studio. We would love to show you something easy and yummy to whip up.
Let's do it. Set it up.
Yeah.
I need to learn.
You heard it here. He's coming.
Set it up. By the way, I just want to congratulate you on your show. This is fantastic. It's working great. Everybody loves it. So congratulations, you guys.
Thank you.
That means a lot. Thank you. That's so kind of you.
Yeah, we are honored and flattered.
You're the best as always. So one other thing that Marie talked about with us when she came was her newfound love of Harleys. And her.
I heard about this.
What's going on?
I am so jealous. Did she get the real one or the electric one?
She got the real one.
real deal.
I mean, this sounds like a real hog. She was like describing this. I don't even. I pretend like I don't know anything about it. But have you gotten on the back? I guess you haven't seen it yet either.
No, she hasn't invited me to ride on her Harley yet. Because if I get a Harley, and I've always wanted to get a Harley, I'll probably get the electric one because of a Tesla. I'm into the whole electric thing. I got Tesla tiles on the roof of the house and everything. So I'd probably get the electric one because I love that kind of stuff.
Well, I probably might get to 0 to 60 faster that way.
No, I can do that in my Tesla, baby.
Sure.
A need for speed.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Well, you're out in the desert now. You can do it. Okay. So, like any set of siblings, your sister also had a lot to say about growing up with all these brothers. Take a look at this tape.
Okay.
Like I said, they were
salads.
meat and
Wow.
potato people, my brothers. And so I'm the only girl, 8 brothers, like you said.
Yep.
And I was born on my dad's birthday. And so when we traveled all over the world, I would go out with him to all the restaurants and eat, because he loved to try all cuisine, exotic. And one night we came home, and I think we were in Hong Kong, and we had just tried like sparrow spit soup or something bizarre, you know? and he said, he looked at me and he goes, I am so grateful I have one son in this family.
She's a riot.
So now you're vegan. How did that big switch in food come about? And were you really such a steak and potatoes kid?
I was. Marie's actually accurate in that respect. I loved working with her, by the way. We had so much fun here in Las Vegas, but that's a whole other story.
She said so.
Yeah, we had so much fun. But yeah, it was meat and potatoes, and because that's where we all grew up. That was the lifestyle back then. But you know, as you get older and you want to take care of your body, it's not that I'm saying meat and potatoes is bad, but sometimes you need the fat in your diet. But you got to balance your life out, and that's why I call myself a Chegan, because there's moderation in all things. Just the other night, I had a really good steak. I went to Ruth's Chris here at Harris. And yeah, it's fine. It's fine. That's as long as you get good exercise, you take care of yourself, you watch your weight, you watch what you eat. You are what you eat, as my mom used to always say.
We believe that too.
And so I'm very careful because the workload that I have right now with my show, 5 shows a week, and it's a hard show. There's a lot of dancing.
Wow.
It's probably, I don't know, this sounds like a promotion line. It's probably the best show I've ever put together because, but it's so demanding. It is non-stop. Last night, oh my goodness, the crowd was on fire last night.
Ooh.
And but there's certain segments in the show, a lot of dancing, a lot of singing.
Yeah, physically,
I take people on a 60-year journey,
an enormous
basically.
exercise. Wow.
Well, it's great exercise because I'm working out every night.
Well, those vegetables are doing your body good because you are on fire and the crowd is going wild for you. And we got to talk about this album, mister, because you have a new album called Start Again.
Gorgeous.
I mean, with nearly 6 decades of hits, like there's so many good songs on this album. How do you decide what you put on this album? Because I think every one of them is a hit.
Jamika, thank you very much. I appreciate that. It took me 3.5 years to write this thing.
Wow.
I wanted this to be my best album, and I don't know, this sounds like a little pat on the back here, but I think it's my best album out of all 65. Every song has got such a significant backstory to it, and it's so eclectic. And I've got, in fact, what I do, this is kind of interesting. I've worked on this for about a year to figure out how to do it technically. I put all 65 albums on the huge back screen behind me, and anyone in the audience can pick any song I've ever recorded, and we do it just like that. And what's fun about that is that the show changes every night.
Oh,
Last
my
night,
goodness.
somebody picked a song, and we play it along with the original. We do like 5 or 6 songs in this 10 or 15 minutes of improv. Somebody picked a song. Guys, I don't even remember recording this.
Do you remember all the words?
65 albums.
I
like,
didn't
how
know.
do you keep
I
that
forgot
in
the
your
words,
brain?
and so I just said, guys, I can't remember, and we just all listened to it. It was so funny. It was a funny moment. But
I bet
then,
you could have your audience
somebody,
sing it all for you. Like, I bet your audience would just sing along, and they would reteach you anything you couldn't remember. They're that dedicated.
Do you know what else they sing? Well, this is really fun. I decided to do a rap in this show because I'm trying to. I'm serious, you guys. I came up with this idea. My director, Raj Kapoor, he said, okay, that's the coolest idea I've ever heard. So I'm trying to put 60 years of show business into a 90-minute show. And guys, it's kind of like Hamilton, where everything's done in rhyme. 10-minute rap. And it just goes, and everything is backed up with video. I went into my archives. I found video that's never seen the light of day. And it's kind of like you got to be kidding me. After 10 minutes, the place goes crazy. It's
right,
probably
so we're
one of
kind
the
of
funnest.
going
It's
to
the
Vegas.
funnest.
That's
It's the funnest part of the show.
unbelievable.
You
Get on
guys
the
have to
plane.
see it. Let me know when you're here. I'll get you the best seats in the house.
Oh, I want to see MC Donny do a little rap for me, all right?
Yeah, baby.
I can't wait. Now, in the spirit of your residency in Vegas, Donny, we are spinning the roulette wheel on you when we come back.
Okay, let's do it.
We're back with the legendary singer Donny Osmond. And in the spirit of his Las Vegas show, we're spinning the roulette wheel. Now, take a look at this. Each section of the wheel displays a category based on the names of a few of your songs, and we have questions that go along with them, okay?
Cool. I love this. Okay. Go ahead.
I hope you love us after these questions, because you're going to be in the hot seat, my friend.
Depends on the questions, Jamika.
All right, let's get this started. Let's take a spin here.
Everyone's a winner in Vegas. Here we
Winner,
go.
winner, winner. Survivor. All right. Donny, what is the scariest thing that has happened to you on stage? Oh, wow.
The scariest thing that happened to me on stage. Oh, okay. I remember back in the 70s, we were at the Earl's Court arena, and people would throw things at us because not because they hated us, but because they wanted to give us stuff. And do you remember a long time ago, back in the 70s, they used to have these big lead things that said LOVE. And
The
somebody,
sculpture, the design.
the sculpture,
Yeah,
the
I
design.
know what you're talking
And it was about this big, made out of lead. And somebody threw it onto the stage, and we ducked, and it went right through one of the amplifiers.
Oh.
Okay,
And,
that's a good
and then
answer.
shortly before that, somebody tried to take a picture of me and wanted to hug me and had a pen in her hand, and she came around and hit me right here.
What?
And almost took my eye out and went all the way down my face. That was a scary moment, but
That's why you
it was a fun time back in the 70s.
You
Oh
are
my
a survivor.
Donny is a survivor. Whoa. All right.
Okay, spin the wheel. Here we go.
do it.
Next question. One bad apple. Well, this is appropriate for us at the
I
Good
can hardly wait
Dish.
for this question.
Worst meal you've ever cooked. Or eaten, I guess. Worst meal you've ever
Worst
eaten
meal I've ever-
or cooked.
I made a dinner for my wife on Valentine's Day one time. Oh my goodness.
I feel a song coming on.
I mean, I tried so hard to make this a very romantic meal, right? And it was undercooked, it was raw, it was horrible. And we just finally went out to eat at a restaurant. It was so bad. We had a good laugh about it afterwards.
And,
But
you know, still loved you for it.
Yes.
do not ask me to cook, please.
Oh my goodness.
Ever,
Understood.
ever.
Being able to laugh is the key to the key to happy marriage. Here you go.
Stick with
Yeah.
your strengths, Donny. Singing and dancing.
You got one
she's-
more for
she's
us?
Stuck with me for,
Yeah.
She has stuck with me for 44 years. So.
I mean,
Wow.
you had redeeming qualities, I guess. So.
Yeah, there's a few other things you can do. I guess cooking doesn't have to be the job. All right, down by the lazy river. Okay. Oh, this is
Okay.
actually, I did want to know, because you described these high energy, incredible performances and the adrenaline rush it must be and the fun and out of body experience of having your fans like sing your songs back to you, just incredible.
It's amazing. It is amazing.
What does a lazy day look for you? What does it look like for you if you even have one of those? Or how do you like come off the adrenaline rush of these amazing shows 5 nights a week?
I have about 3 acres next to my house, and I decided to plant a garden, and I planted a fruit tree for each one of my grandkids. And whenever they come over, they say, "Grandpa, we got to go see my tree." I mean, it's apple tree, cherry, pear, peach, all kinds of things.
Beautiful.
And I have raspberry bushes, and so that's a lazy day for me. I go out there and I prune the trees, and that's how I get away. That's my escape.
Love that.
That's beautiful.
I love that. Well, you mentioned a little earlier your incredible hit Puppy Love, and I would like to know a little bit more about our category Puppy Love, because we didn't hit it today. You are actually celebrating the 50th anniversary of your hit song, Puppy Love. I cannot
Impossible.
believe that. Wow. With a
It's impossible. I just recorded it 5 minutes ago. Time, I got to tell you, time slips away from you all the time. I mean, I heard my parents say that, but it's true. You've got to seize the moment. You've got to enjoy every moment of your life. And that's one of the things I've learned as I've gotten older. I think back when I was saying Puppy Love, Don Costa, who did all a lot of arranging and orchestrations for Frank Sinatra. Mike Curb was the producer. He was in the booth with my family. I'm 13, 14 years old or something like that in the vocal booth. I really didn't appreciate what was going on. But Mike says, I want you to record this just like Frank Sinatra did. So I said, sure, okay. And, naive little kid. This huge orchestra starts playing, da, 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 and I just gave my heart and soul. And they called it, haven't warmed up, and they called it Puppy Love. And I just gave my 100% to it. And we did about 3 takes because everything was live. And Mike said, that's the one. And that became the hit.
He knew it. He felt it.
50 years ago.
Oh,
I am so grateful for what's going on right now, especially here in Vegas. We just got the award for best show and best
Donny,
performer. So I'm just so grateful for everything that's happened. So on the 19th, we celebrate 50 years of Puppy Love, and it's going to be a party here in Las Vegas.
Can we swing it, ladies?
Yeah,
Can we get there?
To get on the plane.
Girls road trip. Yes,
I love it. Well, you are just the greatest. Thank you so much, Donny, for dishing with us. It's so much fun to spend time together. And
again, congratulations on the success of your show.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And we will see you and your lovely wife here in studio hopefully sometime very soon, whenever you can catch a break, because you are the busiest,
And
most
she
hardworking.
will cook for you, not me, baby.
Oh, incredible. Will you come?
We'll give you a lesson.
We'll give you wine. We'll let you sit down and relax. We'll make something fun with her. All right. All right.
Book it.
And,
Book it.
And enjoy February 19th. What a huge, huge accomplishment. Congratulations. So exciting.
Thanks, you guys. Good to talk to you.
Really good to talk to you.
Thank you.
Up next, guys, we are making a Chinese delivery classic, sesame chicken with a lighter twist. Don't go away. Bye, Donny. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Welcome back to The Good Dish. Today we're making the biggest foods that you crave and we're giving them a healthier, lighter twist. Now, what is your go-to Chinese delivery order that you always crave? 'Cause I know you got them.
Oh, I mean, where do I begin? Do you want me to list my Chinese order?
I do. I'm so curious. But actually, I would love to know what Gail Simmons'
I'm
Chinese
gonna tell
food
you,
order would be.
there's some really good Szechuan food near me, so I like the really spicy Chinese delivery or takeout.
All right, Kung Pao chicken, hands down.
Oh yeah, I mean, sure.
Well, in case you are not getting to your local Chinese restaurant or don't feel like ordering in takeout, I'm going to show you how to make what's for dinner tonight. It is a lighter sesame chicken with broccoli. It's going to pack all that delicious takeout flavor, but keep it nice and light for you. We are baking off chicken thighs, so still tons and tons of flavor, but just, making sure you're in control of what goes in your sauce and in your marinade. So I've been over here making sure I smell nice and pungent with all this garlic and fresh ginger, guys. So I went ahead and peeled this little knob of ginger, and you can do that. You guys have probably seen this trick, but it's nice because it's just amazing how quickly it works. Just peel that skin off with a simple spoon, and then you can use a microplane just to grate it into your blender. You are putting in work. I love it. I like to make sure it really sings for you. A little fresh lime juice. And what I'm doing here, I should say, is making that kind of sesame marinade that we are going to marinate our chicken in and then also use as a glaze, a little reserved on the side for a quick glaze at the end to just make sure that flavor really punches up and sings for you. A little miso paste, so that's a little sweet and savory, little funky flavor. Fermented soybean paste, little sesame oil, I love that flavor. A little soy sauce, and then a little honey. You want just a little honey here, guys, because too much and your chicken will burn. So about 2 or 3 tablespoons of honey, and then blitz that up.
Hit it.
Hit it. Oh, you know what I forgot? That's the kids' version. Guess what I forgot?
Oh, yeah.
Fresno chili, my friends. Make it spicy. That's what I'm talking about. I was like, this is supposed to be pink. Why's my sauce looking brown? Okay, go. Do your magic. All right, and that is how simple it is to make your beautiful, extra flavorful marinade. Always taste when you have the chance.
Good.
Ooh. Oh, delicious. That sesame. Ooh, the miso coming through. She's a spicy Fresno.
Yes.
Wow.
Ooh.
She
I
comes
mean, I would use that
delicious.
as a salad dressing, maybe with just half the Fresno if it's not being cooked. You know, if it's all really hot, that sounds
100%.
delicious.
And guys, don't forget, save like 2 or 3 tablespoons of the marinade on the side because we'll use that to just lacquer up the chicken after it's done cooking. So these chicken thighs, you can go ahead and make this up to 2 hours in advance. Because I have the lime juice in here, I don't like to let it sit too long.
Okay.
Here's the same thing that I've had marinating in the fridge.
Looks good.
If you'll just add these to a sheet pan with me,
course.
Jamika, please. A little olive oil down on the pan, actually.
That's what I was looking
too.
for.
Yeah.
I'm like, we need
Right
a little
here,
fat
right
on
here.
there.
You want me to
Grease it.
drizzle.
Just a little drizzle just so it doesn't stick. Lovely. And then while you're pouring, if you'll pour over some broccoli florets. So this is really like a sheet pan dinner where you're gonna get your veggie side and your protein all done at once. The only trick when it comes to choosing a vegetable to cook with these chicken thighs is to make sure they're not gonna overcook in the 25 minutes of your cook time. So I left those broccoli florets nice and large and sizable so they'll hold up to that cooking process. If you wanna use something smaller or something more delicate, just add it like halfway through the cook and then you'll end up with perfectly evenly cooked, delicious Feastables.
Just right on?
Yeah,
I left you some
spread it around.
spaces in between
now,
there.
We've talked before about our, ways to nail a sheet pan dinner. The only really important thing is to make sure that you don't overcrowd the pan. You want to leave a little space between your veg and your protein so that they don't steam. Perfect, thank you. Our veg and our protein. This all goes into the oven, guys, at 400 degrees. You can bake it at around 400 for 15 minutes, then turn it just so it has a perfectly even cooking process, and roast it another 10. The final minute, if you want it extra golden brown and delicious, you can put it under the broiler so it really gets that caramelization. Look at how sticky and delicious, so flavorful, so juicy this chicken ends up being. Do not want to burn, my friends.
No, not at all.
And then, of course, to keep it reminiscent of your favorite ways of eating this at home, at the restaurant. Yes, thank you. So I can serve you up. I got some nice fluffy white rice here, thank you. Go ahead and grab your beautiful chicken. And I like to hit it while it's still hot with a little lacquer of that reserved marinade. And then, we're not done yet. We gotta have a little garnish of some fresh Fresno coins, a little crunchy sesame seed, a little green scallion, a little spice. And then how about, why not? We have a little extra sauce left over, just give it a little drizzle over top.
That is really good.
Okay. Are you happy? What do you think?
Extremely happy. The fact that we saw everything that went into that sauce, natural, very flavorful. The broccoli is cooked perfectly. The stems are tender, but it's still a nice bite with the florets and the chicken.
Oh, the chicken.
I mean, it's juicy, flavorful, spicy. I'm gonna stop talking. You talk. I'm done.
It's delicious. I have to say, it really is reminiscent of that delicious chicken that I crave, that sesame chicken that I like to get takeout, and now I don't have to. But I will still remain getting lots of Chinese delivery because I want to support my restaurants, my favorite places. Just can get other things now. You can get this recipe for sesame chicken at gooddishtv.com. What is the best vegetable noodle and the best way to cook it? We're heading into the test kitchen next to show you what you need to know.
All I need is duck sauce. Duck sauce. That's all I need.
The Good Dish Test Kitchen, where we get a little nerdy testing recipes so you don't have to. And today, the Good Dish Test Kitchen cracks the vegetable noodle code.
Welcome back to The Good Dish. We are here in the test kitchen today, and in the spirit of our lightened up show, our team has cracked the code on how to make the best vegetable noodles.
Which are so popular. I feel like adding any pasta sauce to a vegetable noodle immediately makes it lighter, very delicious. But there is a huge variety of noodle options out there, alternative noodle options out there. And we chose the zucchini to create our vegetable noodle because it, I think, is the most versatile. So let's start with a quick chef tip. Go ahead and skip the zucchini noodles that are frozen. The freezer aisle zucchini noodles are basically
mush. They come out of the bag soaked in water. The cells literally split when they're freezing, so you're not getting beautiful texture. They don't taste fresh. They just never were going to turn out in the recipe the way you wanted. So we wanted to find out how to get perfectly cut zucchini noodles, and we wanted to test a few different methods that are out there and available. The first was the Y peeler. The Y peeler noodles had this ribbon-like shape, as you can see here, and this is great, you know, look, for layering into salads and things of that nature, but it didn't really bind to a sauce that beautifully, especially if you're looking for a warm noodle replacement. Not really the way I'm gonna go here. Next, we tested fresh, store-bought zucchini noodles, and these are a really nice quick option. They're definitely better than nothing, but they are a little bit softer in texture and they get slightly discolored. We got the best zucchini noodles when we used a spiralizer. It really takes little to no time. It will definitely save you money in the long run and definitely get you the best, freshest flavor, crisp, tender texture, and overall most delicious results. So let me show you how quick and easy it is to make your own spiralized zucchini noodles at home. So you just kind of press it between the blade on this end and this gnarly little teeth number over here. And then I'm presenting leverage on this side and just cranking my way through, making these lovely Goldilocks of zucchini noodles as I go.
They're very satisfying to watch.
Satisfying to watch, aren't they? And that's all you have to do. You come out with these beautiful, look at that. I mean, that's a vegetable cheese pull if I ever saw one.
That's pretty great. Put them right there.
Yeah, and you just crank your way through, and they're really simple to make, very fresh, best flavor, nicest color. Delightful.
Well, next we tested 3 different cooking methods for zucchini noodles because you have them and now you need to make them the best way possible to get that noodle replacement that you're craving.
Yes.
We used 3 methods here. We started with raw noodles and they were okay. I love them for a salad idea, but I actually think that raw noodles didn't really hold the sauce as well as I wanted. Next, we boiled the noodles. And even boiling zucchini noodles for 30 seconds makes them soft, mushy, they completely disintegrate. Finally, well, we sauteed our noodles, and that was the best. Tell us why.
Well, the sauteing process, I'm gonna show you how quickly you can bring this together. So I have a large skillet here. I'm just gonna add a little bit of olive oil just to gloss the base of our pan here. And then I'll add my fresh zucchini noodles that we just spiralized in with a pinch of salt to help draw that water out. You can add just a little bit more olive oil here. And these saute a minute or two. And once these are cooking down and have released a little bit of the liquid and have warmed through, then we are going to toss the warm zucchini noodles with a little bit of fresh pesto here from fresh basil, pecorino or Parmesan cheese, some pine nuts or walnuts work great as well, garlic, and of course, a heavenly dose of olive oil, that liquid gold. All right,
You tell me when you're ready.
Yeah, let's add a dollop here. Beautiful, and one more. And you don't have any of that watery buildup here. It's you have beautiful softened noodles. Let's go ahead and taste from our finished dish.
They are long and delicious. Here I go.
Yum.
This is gonna be
Oh, girl, go for it.
tricky.
It's okay. You take one
Sometimes
end,
you
I'll
need
take
to, yeah,
one end.
we can Lady in the Tramp-It. Oh wow, are you ready?
This is outrageous.
Here we
Okay.
go. They're delicious though.
They're really nice and textured. Very delicious. We're getting close, you guys.
That was a great noodle.
Delicious noodle. Very flavorful, really nice and textured, really lovely and long. Tell me that isn't satisfying. If that's not a good way to lighten up your next meal, I don't know what is. This is ridiculous.
Okay, so to recap, in case you missed it or got distracted by our little slurp there, here's the code to the perfect zucchini noodle. Use a spiralizer on fresh zucchini or fresh vegetables when you can. It really makes a difference. And saute them for the perfect veggie noodles. Also, a little dollop of pesto goes a long way. You can find our recipe on gooddishtv.com. And when we come back, we're showing you the only 3 knives you ever need in your kitchen.
Welcome back
to The Good Dish. We are talking about something chefs are very particular about. Kitchen knives. Yes. I mean, I don't know about you ladies, but I am very protective over my knife.
Yes.
If I let you borrow it, I'm like, where's my knife? Did you finish? As soon as you're done, I need that knife back. Very important tool, all right? But you don't need to spend a fortune on a whole set because we've got the 3 knives that you really only need to use all the time. Like, that's your go-tos, right? So first up is the chef's knife, okay? So it's a very personal thing. I mean, you keep it tight to yourself. You want this to be your best go-to knife. I must say, I still have my knife from culinary school, and that was a way, way, way long time ago. But you see how you get that clean, sharp cut? I call my knife Bonnie. She is very near and dear to my heart.
Oh, Bonnie.
But yes, so you see people on TV, those chefs, that's how they get that fast cut, sharp, clean cut. This is the chef's knife that you want to use. So if you're doing like proteins, herbs, vegetables, all of your needs, and I suggest you go to a store where you can try them out in the store. Some of them even let you take home, give them a test drive, bring them back if you don't like them. And the carbon steel blade, it's a much sharper edge. Like it holds that sharpness, but the stainless steel blade, it's more durable, it lasts longer, and I suggest that one for beginners. So, chef's knife is my go-to. Now, Daphne, cut to the chase, girl. What is your favorite knife?
That was smooth. Here all day, ladies and gentlemen. It's Jamika and Bonnie.
Yes.
I love that you named your chef's knife from culinary school. So cute. Okay, well, I am wielding a small but dangerous item. This is the paring knife, guys. So we're talking about our 3 must-haves in the kitchen. Chef's knife, #1, gotta have it for all your utility needs, etc. Paring knife is really valuable for any of your detail cuts, your precision cutting. I love it for fruit, like the strawberries I'm hulling here. But I gotta tell you, the way that I think of a paring knife is really as like an extension of your hand. It should be small enough if you're cutting down here. On a chef's knife, you're kind of choking up on the blade to be able to wield it. If you do that here, cutting down, you're gonna hurt your finger. But I kind of choke up on the point a little bit to really be able to use it almost as if it was, my hand able to do this quick and precision trimming out of the stem of the strawberry just to give me that lovely, precise cut here. Aha! And then you can slice it up, put it on your cereal, dip it into chocolate, whatever you want.
The fancy strawberry flowers. Like that's where you do all your fancy little cuts.
That's how you do your fancy little cuts. All right, Gail.
It's a great knife.
Tell us what weapon you're wielding.
All right, the third in your arsenal, and you really only need these 3, I swear, to do everything in the kitchen, is first of all, you have to have a good bread knife, a serrated knife. But my little pro tip is not just a serrated knife, but an offset serrated knife. Offset means that the blade is a little lower than the handle, and it merely allows you to get some leverage, especially when you're cutting through things like big crusty loaves of bread, cakes, or pies. You really want that serrated knife, but the offset allows your hand to be right up against it, keeps you safe, but also allows you to really get in there. Now the thing about, that's right. The thing about a serrated knife, when you want to buy it in the store, you want to look for really big serrations, and that will give you more grip on whatever you're cutting. The thing about a serrated knife that it's also amazing for is anything fruits, vegetables that have delicate flesh, like tomatoes, something like this. If you use a regular knife with a smooth blade, you're gonna be fighting with the flesh. It's going to squish the tomato. You wanna be delicate with your tomato, and a serrated knife allows you to catch the flesh and make really beautiful, long, even cuts without damaging that gorgeous tomato. It's also great for things like chocolate, like sawing through chocolate or any of that hard work. A serrated knife is gonna be your best friend there. Now, the other thing about knives in general is that you need to take care of them. A serrated knife, of course, doesn't get dull. You can't sharpen it, but your smooth blades, your chef knife, your paring knife, any other knives you have, you need to keep them sharp because if they are dull, they become a hazard in the kitchen. You can hurt yourself way more, and the work will be messy and harder for you.
That's something that I think always trips people up. They're like nervous of a sharp knife. They get scared about it.
From you.
And actually, the sharper the knife, the less likely you are to get hurt from it because it won't slip the way a dull blade is. By the way, paring knife also really valuable for peeling anything, your apples, your citrus, etc.
So I'm going to show you a little tip for honing your knife at home. If you can't get them sharpened, I do suggest if you don't have a sharpener at home, you should get them done professionally once a year, even if you can. It'll really make your cooking and your cutting better and safer. But if you don't have anything to sharpen your knives at home, you can do this amazing trick. Grab a ceramic mug, a coffee mug if you have it, turn it upside down. You'll always see that there's a rough circle around it, a little finish that is glossed, unlacquered, right? And that you can use to hone your blade. All you do is turn it upside down, take your blade and run it along that rough spot, and then of course wipe it off for any residue, and it will align your knife and hone it, and it'll keep it lasting longer and doing better work.
Very cool.
Awesome.
There you go. That's cool, right?
Get your knife back.
Yeah, that's my
No,
paring
no,
knife.
no.
Get it back from it. I know. Don't let her make off with
Looking
the
out
knife,
for
I
you
know.
and Bonnie. Stick around. You will not want to miss all the juicy details from today's show. That's next.
Welcome back to The Good Dish. Earlier, we were talking about some ways to lighten up your favorite cravings. I want to ask you, ladies, what is your favorite way to lighten up the mood at the end of the day?
I don't know, get in the kitchen, cook something delicious, and just turn on great music. Have a dance party. That's what I do in my house when I need a little lightening up.
Agree.
I need you to get a video of that because I want to see Gail
Oh,
turning
you'll
it
see
up.
it.
Oh, yes.
You'll
Little
see it.
Donny Osmond playing for
There you go.
Right.
Now, I lighten my mood. I play with the babies, like chasing them around the house, and there's nothing like a baby giggle that just makes your heart melt. You're like, who cares if I had a bad day? Everything's all right.
I love it. Put them all together. A kid dance party is always my favorite thing.
Yes.
Kid jokes, they're always ridiculous.
The worst
They're my
jokes you
favorite.
have no
So
choice
good.
but to laugh at. Oh, well, let's get to the good list. All right, so you see that QR code on your screen? Of course you do. Now I want you to open up your camera app and hold your phone up to the TV, and it'll take you right to the recipes and more from today's show. And you can also head to gooddishtv.com to get it all. Now on the good list today, the answer to the question, of course, what's for dinner? Spicy sheet pan sesame chicken thighs with broccoli. It was so good. Everything we've covered on today's show. Oh, head over to the good list because it's all there and you can scan that code right now.
I will, and I will be having that sesame chicken for dinner. We'll see you guys next time for more good food and good dish. Bye, guys. And nudes.
And
So many nudes.
and